So, today I'm going to talk about Erebus, my black metal project, but first, filming in the evening this time, so we got some lighting to work with, as opposed to me filming at night. I can still turn this light on and you can still see me better, but filming during the day or the evening, you can get better lighting when I'm sitting in my truck, but anyway, I want to talk about my solo project, Erebus. I started wanting to do this, 2 years ago, but I never could come up with a good name. At first I called it Oakwood, and then after that I called it, first I called it, Void. Then I changed it to, Venom. And then I figured out, then I read that I started listening to the first wave black metal band Venom, and I was like, oh fuck, this has been taken. So then I changed it to, what was the other one? I can't remember, there was another name, and then now it's Erebus, and it's gonna remain Erebus, because it has not been taken. But there is this, where I got it from is just an ancient Greek word that means shadow or darkness. It was used to describe like a shadowy place or a dark place, Here comes a golf cart. I can't really see it. Yeah. It's gonna ride by in just a second. Check us out. Some kids having fun. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Erebus. It's a really cool word, and it sounds cool, and it fits black metal well, so I'm mixing two different styles with Erebus. I'm doing True Cult, the original sort of True Cult Mayhem sound with the heavy tremolo picking and the really heavy, drop D tuning. Everything sounds really heavy. I got like the really, huge levels of distortion and shit. But then I'm also taking elements from atmospheric black metal. So like, I want to have instruments like, the acoustic guitar, stuff like that. Just me humming and singing over certain parts. Like the first song, I'm gonna have to cut this on because you still can't see me very well. The first song called, what was it? Yeah, Nightfall. The album's called Nightfall. You want to see what the album cover looks like? I've already made it. It's on my Instagram page. So yeah, I posted it the other day. But what I did was I took like a picture of the night sky and I put this filter on it. And then I wrote the word Erebus with this cool, crazy font on a piece of paper. And like this crazy looking writing. And then I took a picture of that, like inverted the color all weird. And then used Photoshop to blend it into the other photo of the night sky. So it's like over the moon and this is Erebus. It's really cool looking. I'm proud of that. But yeah, I'm mixing the True Cult style with elements of atmospheric black metal. In the first song, Nightfall, there's going to be this intro piece where it's just acoustic guitar. I've already written the intro piece, by the way. It's recorded to my looper pedal. I've just got to go back and add to that. I've been away from home for a few days, so I'll get back to that in a little bit. But I've already recorded the intro to it, and it's like just me playing the acoustic guitar for about 2 minutes and humming over it. And then after that, about 1 minute. But then it quickly jumps into guitar because the acoustic kind of fades out, right? And then as it fades out, I go, ah! And then the big ass distorted guitar kicks in, and it's like, like that, and all this shit. It's really cool sounding. But then it's badass. But I go from that, and then the rest of the song is just heavy, the heavy like True Cult style. So yeah, and I've got other songs that are going to be on it like toward the end of the album. I've got one other song that's just straight up atmospheric acoustic stuff, and it's called what did I call that song? Fuck. Shit, I can't remember. No, Second Window View. That's what it was called. It's gonna be on there. It's I might change the name, but I don't know. But it's called Second Window View. and it's a song about my childhood, and I lived in this double wide house, and if you stood at the back of the house, like if you were in the backyard and you turned and looked, if you were looking along the side of the house there, my window to my room was the second window toward the end of the house. So I called it second window view. The first one was my sister's room, my sister Taylor, and then the second window was my room. Then after that, it was a little tiny window with my mom's bathroom, but the second window was mine, and I'd always sit in a chair and look out my window all the time and think about lyrics and just think about stuff, think about life and all this other stuff. And so I came up with the name Second Window View, so I think it works pretty well for that song, and it's a very, very intimate sort of song. It's nothing like anything else on the album. The rest of the album is just evil, brutal shit. And I want to have some fast-paced parts in Second Window View too, like right towards the end, but for the most part I want it to be like think of the song Low by Viola Soho. For the most part it's just slow acoustic stuff, and then right there at the end it kicks into this hard thing. That's what I want to do with Second Window View. But like half the song is ambient, the other song is just like total badass, off the chain growling and all this shit. But for the most part, I'm working on, there's gonna be, I want to have at least 11 songs on there. Second Window View being the last one. The first one being Nightfall, which is this really, really cool song. It opens up with an ambient theme for about 1 minute, and then it kicks into overdrive. And then I've got this song that it sort of is about, it just pulls from my anger and stuff. And it's called an Eternal Infernal, which is like, like living life in eternal repetitive hell over and over again every day. But it's this really, really cool fucking song that I haven't written any lyrics for yet, but I've got the riff written. I've written the entire song on guitar, and it's just heavy from opening to ending, so the whole thing is fucking brutal. And then I had another song I was gonna make called the what was it, man? The Phantom of Times Past or something like that, and I just erased it. I didn't like it. It was heavy as fuck, but I erased it. I was like, and I'm trying to figure out a way to make it heavy without drums. To have like percussion sounds without drums, because I don't have any drums. But I'm thinking what I'm gonna do. It's for Christmas. I'll buy myself a drum machine, right? Hook that bitch up to my amp and record into my looper pedal using the drum machine through my microphone and all. That way I can have drum sounds, because I don't have enough money for a drum kit, and I don't have a drummer, so I need a way to have drum sounds. But I think initially what I'm gonna do is record like demos of the songs and post them on my YouTube without drums, and then let you get a feel of what I'm working on. And then as time goes on, I'm gonna get me save up a little bit of money. I'm gonna get myself a drum machine, and then record drum, like blast beat sounds and all this shit. So that'll be fucking cool. And then I can have drums in the background as I'm, and then the guitar's just fucking raging, It's gonna be really fucking awesome. But I'm gonna have that going on, and then after that, I'm gonna have this set up where I'm gonna have another album, but I want to set it up like where it's progressively heavier. Like the first album's just, mostly ambient, not mostly ambient. There's ambient sections, and then I want to have the second album be, I really don't know what I want to do with the second album yet. I kind of want to tell a story with it. A story of like one of my fictional stories, because the first album really pulls from anger and stuff, and I might do the second album that way. But really, I came up with this whole project as a way to vent my anger, my depression and stuff out. So the vocals are like superbly extreme and brutal. The fucking guitars are brutal. Everything is brutal. And the bass lines are fucking to die for. It's extremely awesome. And it's just, it's all in my vocals. I listened back to my own vocals earlier. I recorded a bit of my practicing my vocals in the car earlier, and it's like, holy shit. I was listening back to it, and I was like, yes. Like, trying to enjoy from the phone. It was actually kind of freaky to listen to my own singing. So I can imagine what it would be for someone who hasn't, who's not me, I hear my voice all the time when I'm practicing, but when I record it and play it back, I'm like, ugh, that's kind of freaked out. But I'm gonna, we'll see where that goes, you know. I can record that and let you guys listen to it and, you know, see what you think. But it's pretty badass. I'm very much looking forward to releasing the first album, Nightfall. Very much looking forward to that, and I hope you all enjoy it too. But because it's a joy for me to make, really, to be honest, and it's a way for me to vent and stuff, and it's just very, very. It's a good thing. I love black metal. You know, black metal. I love that genre of music. I love the original cast of characters. You know, Euronymous, Varg, and Euronymous less so, because Euronymous was a dick to Pella, and Pella's like my favorite singer ever. So, next to Kurt Cobain, of course, but Pella's a great guy. You can't deny it. Pella's a great dude. But I love black metal, and I love the type of people that originally were involved in popularizing it. And I don't know, I sort of want to continue the legacy of the original true cult sound, but also add in new elements to progress it a bit. So it ain't just the same old stale bullshit of Mayhem circa 1991, you know, live at Leipzig or something. I want to evolve the sound more. Not that that sound wasn't awesome, but I don't want to be a Mayhem ripoff or a Bursum ripoff, you know? I don't want to be a fucking ripoff, man. I want to do something. I want to do my own type of thing while still taking elements of those who came before me because I respect them. You know, they were the ones that made black metal what it is. And to ignore their existence and go off and do something totally different is kind of just spitting in their face. You know, you want to honor those that came before you, so I'm going to do that. That's the only thing that kind of pisses me off with modern black metal, like some of the atmospheric stuff of today. It's really good music, I like it, but it's missing that, I don't know, it's missing that touch. It's missing, it's like they've forgotten their roots in a way. And so I want to keep that, intact with my music. But, Erebus is very, very special to me. I've been enjoying making this. It's been an experience thus far. Shit. And, I hope it'll be an experience for you too, because the couple demos that I've recorded so far, going back and listening to them is like taking your ass on a journey or something. You feel like you're going through the fucking vortex. It's pretty badass. And you know what? I may be able to use, I don't think my, micro Korg, sorry about that. I don't think my microKORG synthesizer has a drum setting on it. I know my boyfriend Josh's has a setting on it where you can it makes like drum sounds, but you can't do like blast beats. I wonder if I could do that with the Korg, though. I don't think I can, but I'll try to find out. But yeah, I really, really, really want to take black metal to the next level and evolve this shit, make it 10,000 times more evil and brutal. And just fucking, but also make it, I don't want to say an enjoyable experience because the original stuff was so enjoyable, and for me and for a lot of people, but in a way it's an acquired taste. You know, Euronymous used that as a marketing tactic where he would be like, oh, you can't have it, this is our thing, and then people would want to get in on it. But in a way, it is sort of something that only a handful can get into because it's so hard and so brutal. You've kind of got to be depressed or have had some trauma to even understand it or like it. Like a normal person comes across it and they're like, what in the shit is this? What the fuck? We have here a suicidal singer that blew his brains out with a shotgun all over the fucking wall. We've got Euronymous, who's a satanic, you know, a fucking deistic Satanist, burning churches down with Varg Vikernes. It's like, holy fucking ass, dude. Holy shit. I mean, you know, most people for that reason can't get into it. They hear the backstory of these people and how mind warped they were, and they're like, man, these guys were fucked to high shit, weren't they? But, and they were, but, you know, It made the music, and their warped mental states reflected in their music, because the music is highly disturbing too. Not anymore, like not really if you're just listening to it without knowing about the people. Like if you just listen to it and you're like, oh, pretty good shit right here. But then you hear about what the people were like. And when Dead wrote his lyrics, he was pulling from his actual beliefs, and he was pulling from rage and just anger and shit that he had built up inside of him. And you start thinking, this shit's actually kind of disturbing. The music itself isn't, but you think about what went into making it, and then it starts, having that feeling. I want Erebus to have the same effect, but not to the extent. I don't know. I do want it to go to that extent and further, to be honest with you. I want it to be some really, really disturbing fucked shit, but I also want it to be easy for someone to get into, which is where the ambient parts come in. I've got these relaxing sections that are like really, really easy to listen to and soothing, and then it sort of gradually picks up, and then you'll have like in Nightfall, there's a gradual pickup. The acoustic riff speeds up a bit, and then it fades out a bit. I hit this one dissonant note, and then here comes the damn electric, whoosh, right into it with the screaming and the like that. So, yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing with Erebus. I want it to be ambient. I want it to be easy to listen to. I want it to be easy to get into, but at the same time, I don't want it to be. I want it to be an acquired taste as well, which is why I'm mixing the ambient stuff with the heaviness. Because you got to be into both to like the music. I want it to be sort of an exclusive thing, kind of like Euronymous wanted, but at the same time, I don't want it to be too exclusive so people don't ever get into it, if you know what I mean. I want it to be something cool that's like a unique thing, and but something that people can get into as well as time goes on. So, yeah. Black metal is just really fucking special to me. It's such a niche thing, especially the older stuff. I mean, not really, but I'm talking like the old Dead recordings. I mean, there's a lot of people that have watched them, but still, when I sit down and listen to it, it feels like, and when I first found it, grunge was not that way. I heard Nirvana on the radio one time. I was like, who are these fucking guys? And I looked up Nirvana, and, the rest is history. I found Nirvana when I was like 12, but when I was about 15, I heard, who was it, man? Fuck, I can't remember. It was, one of my friends, I think it was Cody, who was listening to Mayhem, and I didn't know who the fuck it was. And I was like, I gotta find these guys. I didn't think to ask him who they were, but I went online and I was just looking up shit, listening to metal bands, death metal. I was like, fuck, man, I gotta find these fucking dudes. That sound was incredible. And I found Mayhem. The song was Funeral Fog, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. Wait a minute, I didn't find that to begin with. I found Freezing Moon to begin with. And with Dead's vocals, and I was like, holy mother of shit, man. He sounds like he's dying. I love it. And then I listened to that like 70 times on repeat for like 3 days. I was like, fuck, this is great. Then I went back and I went and listened to, I was like, let me listen to this entire De Mysteriis Dom Satanis record. And it felt like I was, because I mean, this is Georgia, fucking Bible Belt, shittiest place in all the United States. US and Canada put together, next to maybe Wallaceburg, Ontario. That place is a fucking hellscape, but, you get what I mean. What's the fucking town, man? Shelburne, Louisiana? I can't fucking remember. It's a town where a friend of mine's from, and he says the place is a dump. So, a lot of shitty towns and states, but Georgia's close to taking the goddamn cake. Georgia's a piece of shit. I mean, there's I don't mean fake neo-Nazis. I don't mean I'm just telling someone is a conservative is a Nazi like the SJWs do. No. Real Nazis are still active in Georgia. Like I have seen them. I have been driving down the fucking road in Wilkinson County, and there goes the Nazi rally out there in a goddamn peanut field. They plowed a damn field down, and you just see a bunch of people out there having a barbecue with swastika flags all over the place. And I'm like, holy mother shit. Damn neo-Nazi rally right over there. I haven't seen any KKK people, but I know they're still active down here. I mean, I have seen I believe it was a story a while back that a judge, and I can't remember his name, but there was a judge from Georgia that was like active in the KKK or something, and it was like, oh, fuck. Shit, dude. And hell, even the school that I went to, John Milledge Academy, was a piece of shit. I mean, of course it was a piece of fucking shit, but like, the reason it was built was to you know what the reason it was built for? The original principal, I won't say his name, but the original principal built the damn school right after desegregation was made a thing. Because he didn't believe in black people associating with white people, so he built the fucking school and made it white people only. Still to this day, there's not hardly any black people in that school. I remember when I went there was nothing but white. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with if there just so happens to be a school with a lot of white kids. Who gives a fucking shit? But if it's like that and it's like mandated that there shouldn't be any other ethnicities allowed, it's like, fuck you, dude, you piece of shit. But yeah, the guy was a dick fuck. I hated the original principal of that school. But I want this music that I'm making to reflect my hatred, I guess, of this current society that I'm living in down here in fucking Georgia. But and to I don't know, I want it to be a big middle finger fuck you to society in a way. But like punk rock was, and like black metal originally was toward death metal. It was like a reactionary thing to death metal. This is a reactionary thing to the highly Christianized society of Georgia. And not that, Christianity is a bad thing, but there are a bunch of really, really extreme primitive Baptist Christians in Georgia that are fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting, dude. And this is like a big middle finger to extreme, any kind of religion. And not just extreme religion, but religion in general, because I'm not religious and I really don't like religion. I'm spiritual. I believe spirituality's fine. Believe in Jesus if you want to. But fuck the Bible, because the Bible's got all these fucking moral laws and all this stuff that makes no damn sense. Shit like... And stuff like in the Quran, too, stone the women if they are raped and all this shit, What the fuck? Does that even make it Sharia law? Don't make any goddamn sense at all. Fucking fucking Muhammad and his 9-year-old wife, Aliyah, or whatever his name was. It's like, goddamn, fucking perverts, man. Fuck you all. And the same thing in the Bible. There's a lot of pervs, and then fucking, what's the dude's name? One of the prophets or some shit. Some kids were calling him bald, and he damn prayed to God, Lord, curse these children, and God sends bears out of the woods to maul the kids. Fuck religion. Damn that shit, dude. Fuck organized religion, man. And I want my music to be a big fuck you to the establishment religions, to Catholicism, to all that shit. I want it to be totally against all that shit. And, it's not Satanism. I'm not a Satanist. I don't want to be satanic music. But, or pro any really religion. I want it to be something that promotes individuality and fuck all these big establishments and all this shit. I want to have messages in the songs that are, pro individualism and all this. But I'm going to have a lot of songs. Most of the songs are pulling from my rage and stuff, and also talking about my views on things. Sort of like Life Eternal from Mayhem or something like that. Those lyrics. It's going to be a lot of what my lyrics are like. Similar to that, but of course I'm not copying Mayhem, but I'm just doing my own thing. You know what I mean? But I want the lyrics to be about me, my experiences, not just my experiences, my views and stuff, but also to be about my views of society as well, not just spiritual things that I believe in and stuff like that. But my views of society, too. I think there's way too much ignorance in the world and stupidity. And, something needs to be fucking done about that, I think. So, yeah. I'm gonna reflect that in my music. So, get ready for some punk rock type shit. And as a kid, I was a big fan of punk rock, too, and hard rock, too. Bullets and Octane was a cross between the two, and then I really liked, oh, fuck, man. Oh, shit, who's the band? Oh, no. Black Flag. I love Black Flag. Black Flag's so fucking good. Viola Soho's earlier stuff off their first album, We Don't Belong Here. I like the original Raw cut. I know that's not the original album. Well, it was just Viola Soho, but before that they had like a demo. No, they had like an early, the first album was not We Don't Belong Here. That was like it was technically the first album, I guess. It was a full-length album. It was a full-length album, but it was like recorded in, a garage or something. I can't remember. It was really, really low quality, and then they re-recorded it like a year later, and it was just entitled Viola Soho. It was just like the, oh shit, what's the name? I can't remember what you call those albums that are named after the band, but you get it. It was named after them, and then after that it was Hungry Ghost, and then after that it was Waco. So, yeah, that was a great ass band, and their early stuff, the first album, whether we're talking about We Don't Belong Here, or the Viola Soho self-titled thing, was just incredible. It was so punk, man. Just big fuck you, like songs like Bombs Over Broadway, Your Parents, and all these songs. I was like, oh yeah, this is great. This is cool shit. Son of Sam and all these songs. It was like, you just can't get no better than that. It's like grunge mixed with punk, and I know grunge is like punk mixed with heavy metal, but this is like, it's like grunge but leaning more toward the punk side, and it was really fucking cool. I liked it. And then really experimental shit there. And then I want to have lyrics like those, and you know what I mean? I want to have that fuck you to society in my songs while I'm talking about my beliefs and stuff. So it would be sort of like pushing my stuff versus bullshit that society pushes. So it's like my little echo chamber thing kind of deal. Although I don't live in an echo chamber, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's like my own little thing that I've got going on. You get what I'm saying, right? Who the hell is this? Good God, the bass, man. He drove by and was like, boom, boom, boom. I was like, holy fucking shit. I don't know if you heard that on camera, but it was like, goddamn. But yeah, I want to be, I'm not trying to gatekeep. That's the word I'm looking for. There ain't gonna be no fucking gatekeeping with this shit. It's just gonna be, open to anybody who wants to listen to it, but it's probably gonna be a pretty niche thing. It'll gatekeep without me having to gatekeep for it. Because the content of the music, the way that it's gonna sound is so weird. It's so fucking different. I wouldn't say it's extremely different, it's just weird. Because it's incredibly heavy like the original True Cult shit was. But it's also at the same time very, very ambient. It's got these weird ambient parts, but they too are hard to get into because it sounds like ancient pagan stuff. It's like Lear songs but being played on an acoustic guitar. So it's these really, really simple acoustic riffs with like humming or like big vibrato shit over top of it, and then like harmonizing with the guitar and all, and lots of dissonant notes, and then it goes from that into heavy guitars and the growling Olin style vocals. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty fucking cool. So, if you want to know more, just comment. I'll make another video about this if you want to hear it. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off of here and make an update to my book. So I'll see you.